In news from the USVI criminal courts, we learned that 3 people face drunken driving charges from 3 separate incidents. First, Lawrence Slayton was arrested last Saturday after police responded to a 911 call of an accident at South Shore Road. Responding officers made contact with the 2 drivers involved in the collision, but all Slayton could tell them was that her blue Chevrolet Silverado was in the bush. The owner of the other vehicle, a gray Toyota Tundra, said that he was traveling westbound on South Shore when he noticed the blue Silverado in his lane. He said that he started to blow his horn to get the other driver's attention, but because the vehicle was moving so quickly towards him, he had no choice but to veer off the roadway to try to avoid the oncoming Silverado. Slayton's Chevy struck the rear of the Tundra, causing it to spin out. As the Toyota's driver struggled to maintain control of the vehicle, it slid into the bushes. When questioning Slayton, police noticed her slurred speech and the smell of alcohol on her breath, her red, watery eyes, and her difficulty holding her balance. Officers then administered the suite of standardized field sobriety tests, of which Slayton failed all 3. She was arrested and transported to the Anselmo Marshall Command Station, where a chemical breath test showed a blood alcohol content of 0.289, more than 3 times the legal limit of 0.08. Slayton was charged with driving under the influence of alcohol, driving with a blood alcohol content of 0.08 or more, and negligent driving. In court on Monday, a judge ruled that Slayton had to post her $1,000 bail in full to be released. Her driving privileges will be suspended for 90 days, with the only exception being travel to work. Slayton is to remain gainfully employed and is to have no contact with any witnesses in the matter. Meanwhile, Jeanette Lingham was arrested and charged on Sunday, October 23rd, for driving under the influence of alcohol following a vehicular collision on North Side Road. Responding officers spoke to both drivers, and a man said that he was traveling eastbound on North Side when he saw the vehicle driven by Lingham swerving into his lane. Like the male driver in the previous accident, this driver said he also took evasive maneuvers but was unable to prevent the 2 vehicles from colliding. His vehicle sustained damage to its right quarter panel and right rear rim. When police interviewed Lingham, she said it was the other driver who had come into her lane and struck her vehicle. Officers took note of the familiar scent of alcohol on her breath, her slurred speech, and watery eyes. Like Slayton the day prior, Lingham was also transported to the Anselmo Marshall Command. Also like Slayton, Lingham failed all 3 field sobriety tests, but she refused to submit to a chemical breath analysis. She was then arrested and on Monday appeared before the courts, where a judge allowed her to surrender her driver's license in lieu of her $1,000 bail. Her driving privileges will be suspended for 90 days, but she will be allowed to get behind the wheel in order to go to work. She must report to the probation office every week and is to have no contact with anyone involved in the matter. Michael Joseph was also arrested and charged with DUI offenses on Sunday after an auto collision on Queen Street near the Frederiksted fire station. Police met a woman who said she'd been traveling south along the roadway when she was suddenly rear-ended by Joseph's vehicle. Joseph admitted to hitting the woman, but said it was because he was trying to avoid colliding with one of the several all-terrain vehicles that were being driven recklessly through traffic at the time. During the interview, police noted the familiar signs of a possible DUI, slurred speech, and the smell of alcohol. He agreed to have the 3 field sobriety tests performed and failed them all. Joseph was placed under arrest, and a chemical analysis of his breath performed at the Wilbur H. Francis Command Police Station led to a reading of 0.096. In court on Monday, a judge ruled that Joseph could be allowed to post his driver's license in lieu of the $1,000 bail amount. He is to remain gainfully employed and must have no contact directly or indirectly with the victim or any witnesses in the matter.